Never go pick up a prescription without knowing that it's ready first, because most likely it won't be. You need to verify that the prescription is ready by either using a pharmacy reminder service or by calling. Unless, of course, you're okay with being sent home to come back later, I have to admit that I don't like making phone calls. And there are times where I would rather drive over there and risk being sent home than making a phone call. High five in the comments if you can relate to that "I hate making phone calls" thing. That's kind of a pick your poison moment. If going there and not having your prescription ready is something that would really bother you, then by all means, call. But if it sounds painful to make a phone call to find out, then maybe just driving over there with the chance that you might have to come back later is really not a bad thing. Hey friend, thanks for stopping by. You're cooler than a secret handshake. I'm Amy on A Lolly Life, and today we're talking about what needs to happen before you go pick up a prescription. But I have another video coming out very soon about what happens when you actually go to pick up the prescription. If social stories that would help you deal with new situations is something that appeals to you and other life skills, then subscribe, because that's what we talk about on my channel. I've had to pick up a lot of prescriptions over the years, and there's been a fair number of times that things have not gone according to plan. I also have a friend who is a pharmacist, and he helped me figure out the most important things that I would need to point out when making a video about picking up prescriptions, or even getting ready to pick up a prescription. Pick a pharmacy. Generally, you should pick a pharmacy that's close by and convenient, because there will be times, even if you check and make sure that everything is okay, where you get there and, well, your prescription's not ready, and you'll have to make multiple trips. Having a pharmacy that is close by and convenient is a good thing. You should ask your doctor to send your prescription electronically whenever possible, because that speeds up the process of being able to pick up your prescription. When a doctor is writing a prescription for you, a lot of times they'll ask you which pharmacy you want it sent to. And so it's a good idea to have the contact information of the pharmacy of your choice. A lot of times you can say something like the CVS on 10th Street, and they'll be able to look up the rest of the information. But it is a good idea to have the contact information of your pharmacy, maybe stored in your phone. Whichever pharmacy the doctor calls a prescription into is the pharmacy that you will have to go to pick it up. And so if you tell the doctor that you use the pharmacy at CVS on 10th Street, then that's the CVS that you would have to go to. You can't go to a different CVS and pick up your prescription. Something to keep in mind is if you go to a CVS or a Walgreens at one location, your information isn't necessarily going to be available at another location, because each one of those is a different pharmacy. The same holds true for Walmarts or other store chains. You cannot easily bounce back and forth between pharmacies. Each time that you go to a new pharmacy, they're going to need to take down information like your insurance information, what medicines you're taking, and what you're allergic to. Every time that you have to give that information, you risk forgetting something. Pharmacies have a safeguard system to make sure that you don't have reactions or side effects to the medicines interacting poorly with each other, or that your medicines don't have ingredients that you might be allergic to. Those safeguards work best when you use the same pharmacy every time. Sometimes your insurance has a preferred pharmacy and they require you to use a specific pharmacy brand, but you can choose the location that best suits you. After the doctor calls in the prescription, it takes a while for the pharmacy to get the prescription filled. It could take anywhere from an hour to several hours depending on how busy the pharmacy is. But when the doctor sends over the prescription electronically, blah, 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 that thing, when the doctor sends over the prescription electronically, then a lot of times the pharmacy will have the prescription filled and ready for you to pick up within an hour. However, if the prescription is not ready as quickly as you would like, please keep in mind that there's far more involved with filling a prescription than simply counting pills and like slapping a label on a bottle. Pharmacists have to conduct drug-to-drug interaction screenings as well as drug-to-disease interaction screenings on each prescription that they fill, and then document any issues. Also, insurance requirements have to be fulfilled. Like if your insurance requires pre-authorization, then the pharmacy has to take care of that before they can fill your prescription. Prior authorizations are becoming more and more common, and those can take anywhere from a few hours to a few days to get everything worked out before the pharmacy can fill the prescription. You can fill your prescriptions online and through mail services, and some pharmacies have delivery. Refills! Plan ahead. Do not wait until you only have 1 or 2 days worth of medicine left before you call to get a refill on your prescription. You should start the process when you have like 7 to 10 days worth of medicine left. There are many things that can delay the process of getting your prescription refilled, things that are out of the control of the pharmacy. Some of these things are that you're out of refills, which I'll talk more on that in a bit. Product shortages due to manufacturer or supply chain issues. The product is no longer covered by your insurance. Or that you haven't liked this video yet. You never know. It could cause a delay picking up your prescription. You should probably like this video just in case. The most effective way to get your prescription refilled is to have your pharmacist contact your doctor. Almost all prescriptions these days are prescribed electronically. So when the prescription needs to be renewed, the pharmacy computer contacts the doctor's computer, which means that you aren't waiting on the pharmacy staff or the medical staff at your doctor's office. However, the pharmacy will probably ask if you want them to contact the doctor for refills. They may not necessarily do that without you asking them to. If your pharmacy offers automatic refills or text or phone call reminders, take advantage of it. Most primary care physicians or your main family doctor require you to be an active patient for them to continue to refill your prescriptions. I have found that usually means you have to have a yearly checkup. But it's a good idea to talk to your doctor to know how often you have to visit them for them to continue to refill your prescriptions so that you don't run out of refills. And so the doctor wants to see you then before they refill the prescription, and then there ends up being this weird time crunch because you're running out of medicine and the doctor can't see you for a certain amount of time, and yeah, that's what it makes me feel like. You can just assume that the pharmacy is understaffed and overworked, and you're going to be right 9 out of 10 times. Be patient. There's a lot being demanded of the people running the pharmacy, and they're human. I have other social stories that you can check out by clicking on the playlist in the corner. I'm so glad to have you here with me today. Your smile is proof that the best things in life really are free. And I'll see you on the next episode of A Lolly Life.